Well, welcome again to another reading. We're going through some revival addresses by R.A. Torrey, and today we are going to be looking at God is Great in this second chapter. And now there's some numbers in this writing. And this is written a while back, so these numbers have increased, but I'm just going to use his numbers at the date of this writing. God is great. That thought comes out of the Bible, first, in the very first verse to the last. Oh, the majesty of God, the infinite greatness of God. The whole universe about which we are learning such wonderful things every day, his creative work, the supreme difference between the teachings of the Bible and the teachings of modern thoughts is this. The teaching of the Bible is an infinite God and the infinitesimals God man expects as God's goodness makes him great. The teaching of the modern literature and the modern thoughts is an infinite man and infinitesimal God. Live in the day that has the very great man and a very small God. Stop and think. There are 1,400,000,000 people at the time of this writing like you on the earth today. You are just one out of a vast number. Not very big, are you? But wait, take the whole earth on a whole, which there is 1,400,000,000 lives. It is very small part of the universe. If the sun were hollow and the hole bored into it, 1,400,000 earths could be poured into the sun and still leave room for them to rattle around. But the sun is only one sun out of suns. Our whole solar system is but one out of many. I was reading an article the other day on my way to India in which an eminent man of science said that there are probably at least 1,000,000,000 suns and as large as ours. Wait a moment. You are only one out of 1,400,000,000 persons on earth. Such is upon which we live. It would take more than 1,400,000 poured into the sun to fill it, yet the sun is only one of 1,000,000 suns. And there may be 1,000,000 universes, such as ours, and God made them all. That God whose name you dare to take upon your lips in vain, last night that God whom you dare philosophize about and say how we ought to act, take one and divide it by 1,400,000,000 multiplied by 1,400,000 multiplied by 1,000,000 multiplied by many millions, and that is you. Multiply 1,400,000,000 by 1,000,000, 400,000,000 thousands, 400,000, and that by 1,000,000, and that by many millions, and that by infinity, and that is God. and yet you venture to say how God ought to act? If ever a man appeared like a consummated idiot, it is when he tries to tell how God ought to act. God is infinite, and no number of finites will ever equal the infinite. See, and the infinite God of the universe, or the unmeasurable, more important than the whole race of the infinitable man who inhabits this little globe. Yet you venture to say how God ought to act, thou fool. And that completes the reading for today. Until next time, bye for now.